What is up, y'all? Capone Tony here, and welcome to another Ever Crisis video. So in this one, I will be going through Guild Battle 13. I will be giving you some tips, some tricks, some strats, some team setups, some support characters, DPSs you can use, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, this guild battle is very revolving around sigil breaking. So diamond sigil breaking, triangle sigil breaking, that is the most important thing in this guild battle. If you can't do those and you can't do these 2 sigil phases properly, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna struggle. But I will show you some teams on how to handle this and what teams I've been using for this guild war. So let's go right into it. So remember when I showed this team off on my previous video last week? You know, giving an idea for Guild War. Yeah, this team's crap. Disregard that. So this will not work. We need diamond sigil breaking. We need triangle sigil breaking. And while these characters might cover all the buffs and debuffs, or most of them, it's not going to be ideal for Guild War. So first team, this is what I came up with initially. Obviously the new Lucia, she's just amazing. So I'll give you some alternatives if you didn't pull on Lucia of what she can do if you did not pull on her, but my main teams are going to involve Lucia, so just FYI. She's going to be amazing for this guild war for multiple reasons, and let's just get right into it, though. We're going to start with her. So Lucia here, she has her new weapon, which does, you know, decent fire damage. We got Enfeeble. We have fire damage AoE up. At OB7, we are getting, you know, up to high on that. So, and then you get the +2 ATB gauge, which actually is pretty nice for the first sigil phase. Then we get boost attack all allies, buff debuff extension. This triangle sigil break, I did not notice this in my banner review video, but it is +4 triangle sigil. And that is huge compared to like the typical +2. +4 makes it very easy to fill up the damage thing on the sigil breaking. You got to keep spamming triangle, and you got to fill that up as high as you can to maximize your damage during the interruption phase. So Lucia is just so good for Guild War. Man, she's doing damage. She's helping the others do damage. Well, mainly Cloud or whoever your DPS is going to be. And yeah, she's really good. And the offhand weapon, I go with Nightjar because of Diamond Sigil Break. Like I said, Diamond Sigil is extremely good for this Guild War, as well as this weapon does physical defense down, and magic defense down will help the summon. So yeah, this is a very good weapon for Guild War specifically. Very nice. And plus you get some HP, ability potency. And then I do 2 of the fire potency stat sticks because she is kind of like a, you know, a little bit of a sub DPS. And then Runra, triangle sigil Runra, very important. And yeah, you get +4, really good. And her ultimate weapon, you can use this to boost Cloud's physical attack at least once. And if you have a level 6 or 7 buff or debuff duration, it should last on, you know, for the whole battle once you use it at a certain point after the first sigil break, after the first sigil breaking phase, right? I'll demonstrate that in a mock here in a second. Back weapons, I just go with physical attack all allies, physical attack all allies. Depending on the stage, you can just do like another boost attack all allies, or if it's a higher stage, you might have to do magic defense all allies to survive the first big attack that Behemoth does. It just depends where you're at on your HP and magic defense on your DPSs and your support characters, right? So yeah, that is my Lucia. That's how she's built. Very crucial for Guild War. Red 13, the other support. So if you do run Red 13, you can run Silver Collar for the Diamond Sigil Breaking. That's all this weapon is used for. Plus it has an AoE heal for the Cure spell. So after the first big hit from Behemoth, he can heal the party. You're going to need to heal the party because Lucia has that 50% higher HP or higher on her weapon. So she's going to need that to apply the Fire Up buff. So you got to heal at least once in this battle. Red 13, I think this is very safe having 2 Diamond Sigil Breakers. I like this setup. You are sacrificing a little bit of DPS by not running a better support like Aerith, which I'll go into in a second, but this is a hell of a lot safer for that second sigil phase where you have to get in a lot more Diamond Sigils. If you don't have that phase down to a T with your Aerith setup, which is what I'm mainly running, this is much easier having 2 where you have Lucia and Red 13 at the same time. So yeah, very nice. And then Ivy Collar for the fire resist down. And then his ultimate, you can run this after you take damage. You can for extra healing. obviously, if you have, this is a big caveat with red. If you have his newest ultimate weapon that has the exploit weakness, that's gonna make a big difference on your party, especially if you're running like a Cloud or a Vincent as your DPS, because you're giving them exploit weakness. Plus Lucia as well, she gets benefits from exploit weakness. So yeah, I did not get lucky, and I did not get Red 13's ultimate when I pulled for Lucia, so that was unfortunate. If you did, I think, yeah, you probably are using Red 13 in that case, so yeah. Anyway, other than that, AoE heal, he has at least one triangle sigil break, and that's pretty much it. And then the back weapons, I go with physical attack all allies, buff debuff extension with that, physical attack all allies. And then depending on the stage again, if you're running a lower stage, you can do boost attack all allies. Higher stage, more magic defense for the party to kind of help your party survive that first big AoE hit from Behemoth. Most important thing here for Red, he has a high heal stat, high buff debuff extension, at least level 5 is solid. Go back to Lucia real quick. Having a good buff debuff extension is really good. You know, that's the main thing you kind of want to worry about with for her. She'll naturally do at least somewhat decent damage just from having a pretty good P attack stat with these fire potency stat sticks. So yeah, these are my this is my Red 13. That's my Lucia. So main DPS is just, you have pretty much three options. You're either going with Cloud, you're either going with Yuffie, you're either going with Vincent. And depending which one is built out the best, that's what you would go with. I like going with Cloud because that's kind of all I have. So Cloud, he's using Skysplitter main hand. I like running Bahamut Greatsword in the offhand. This kind of ensures you are able to get 2 Ifrit Hellfires off. So you can get one after the first sigil breaking, and then you can get one at the end. Because of the haste proc, you can run this at the very beginning of the fight. So yeah, very, very good. Then you can do Ultimate Buster Sword, which obviously that's all he has. Then I just do Fire Potency stat 6, 7.6 Fire Potency, 9% Fire Potency, and then 9.4% Fire Potency. So back weapons, I'm doing Ultimatic, Enemy Launcher, and Crew Kicker for HP and Fire Potency. If you're doing a lower stage, you could just run Zack's, what's it called? His fire weapon is like Boost Attack and Fire Potency. Let me show you that real quick. Where is that weapon? This one. Crystal Sword. So yeah, Boost Attack, Fire Potency. You can lower Cloud's HP if it's a lower stage, and still get that benefit in not having to use Crew Kicker. Because with the Zack weapon, you'll get higher Fire Potency and extra Boost Attack. So that makes it more of a glass cannon, but this is a more safer setup in case you know, you don't have enough HP or magic defense to survive that first big AoE hit from Behemoth. All right, so that is my setup here for Cloud. I'll do a mock 100%ing stage 3 with this setup in a second, but I will now show you my main setup, which I've now kind of gotten pretty familiar with. The setup is essentially the same. We're running Lucia and Cloud. I don't think I changed anything with Lucia. Yeah, she's the same. Nothing's different. So the only difference here is Aerith. She is running Terror Rod in the main hand for the fire resistance is decreased on Behemoth, and she's also running Commoner Wand for physical attack up AoE, magic defense up AoE. So she's going to be very good for this. Yeah, plus she has this Princess Guard. So even if you don't have 2 Diamond Sigil Breakers, you're able to use Jubilation twice. You can use it on both sigil phases, which is extremely, extremely nice. It makes the sigil phases not too difficult. Once you kind of mock it and you get some familiarity with it, it's not too difficult to get 100 and 200% on the triangle sigils, as well as breaking the sigils, Diamond Sigil, obviously. So yeah, Aerith's ultimate kind of needed if you want to use her. I mean, you could overspeed with her and still break sigils, you know, do good enough, but I feel like it'd be extremely tight. Yeah, I like having Aerith's ultimate. It's really good. So she has running triangle sigil. With Aerith, make sure to give her a Runra blow compared to a regular Runra. If she has a blow with triangle, she will automatically use this. You don't have to babysit her and make her use it. What I was noticing before with Aerith, if she's running like a fire materia or any kind of like magic materia, like she's just going to use her other weapons instead. She's going to use this for fire resist down instead of using the triangle sigil, which you want her to use triangle sigil all the time during those sigil phases. So yeah, that's just something to note. Bring a Rumra blow. All right, so the back weapons, I think they're the same as Red 13. So physical attack up, AoE, the attack all allies, I mean, and then in-def all allies. So with this setup, I'm able to survive stage 6 because we are getting magic defense up with Chimera Wand. Cloud doesn't even need the extra HP. Like I said, this is kind of the glass cannon Cloud where he doesn't need the extra HP. As long as you have the magic defense up, AoE applied before he uses that attack, you should be fine. And yeah, you're able to get a little bit extra damage from boost attack and a little bit extra fire potency if you go with this setup. So yeah, and by the way, Cloud, I'm only using fire materia. Do not give him a sigil breaker or anything. Don't give him any sigils because he's too stupid to use them. You know, unless if you're not babysitting him, he's too stupid to use them anyway. So I just let him do his Skysplitter attack over and over and over again. All right, so this is my main setup. I'm able to 50% consistently stage 5 now, which I think is pretty decent, with no, you know, exploit weakness or anything like that. So yeah. If you have Lucia's weapon, even at OB0, OB1, I think it's still very usable for her, and I think she is still a very good support for this Guild War, just FYI. Alright, so those are my main 2 setups. Let's go into like some alternatives and whatnot, based on like, you know, what you could use if you don't have these characters. So Lucia, she could be good even if you did not pull on her, mainly because Nightjar, again, Diamond Sigil Break, physical defense down, triangle sigil boost. Perfect, right? It's not the +4, but it's still +2. Marine shooter in the offhand because of the fire resist down as well. And it has triangle sigil boost, so yeah. She's good either way. Even if you don't pull on her, she's still really good for this Guild War. Another good support you could use would be Barrett. So he has Diamond Sigil Break with this, with fire resist down, Shark Slayer, with buff debuff extension, that's good. And he also has physical defense down, so he can fill in, you know, a role as well. The new Matt, with his new weapon, it's like the Chimera essentially, physical attack up, magic defense up, and then he could do this weapon purely for the Diamond Sigil Break. So yeah, these are like 3 pretty decent alternatives here, because Diamond Sigil Break, again, very, very important for this Guild War. You could also do a Kate Sith. Yeah, let's just show that real quick. So you could run a Kate Sith, but he won't have Diamond Sigil Break. But if you can weasel your way through those sigil phases without Diamond Sigil Break, and you can still run Kate Sith, I would run something like this. So with the Cool Cat Megaphone, you're able to get Enfeeble with the attack up at AoE. You're also able to do Fire Resist down with Gold Megaphone. And if you have his HP Shout Ultimate, you're able to proc Haste a couple times, AoE Haste. So that could come in very handy for those sigil phases as well. So very, very good. So yeah, those are a bunch of different supports you could run. Again, how you would build these supports is probably just physical attack, all ally weapons, boost attack, all ally weapons, magic defense, all ally weapons, potentially buff debuff extension, right? So that's how you would build these characters. Different supports. Your DPS, again, it's either going to be Cloud, Lucia, or not Cloud, Lucia, either Cloud, Yuffie, or Vincent. Just depends on whoever you have built out the best. All right, so I think that kind of covers it. Oh yeah, the buff, again, physical fire is what is good for this Guild War, obviously. So magic fire is not really good because depending on which level you have this at, it scales with your physical ability potency boost. And yeah, the weapons you got to use to fill this out are Barrett and Sephiroth weapons. And I'm able to hit a comfortable 75, no problem. Everything's OB10 in here. And the only thing I'm lacking on is just extra costumes because I'm, you know, a cheap ass and don't pull on many, featured banners. So, all right, so that's gonna cover it for all the party setups I have for Guild War. Let's do a quick stage 3. I'm gonna run the Red 13 setup to kind of give you an idea how I use this. So yeah, let's get into it. Then I'll do another stage 5 afterward and show you my Aerith team. Alright, it's been a while since I've run this team because I've been using the Aerith team as my main setup. Alright, start with hasting with Cloud, Napalm Assault to get extra ATB, Growing Ivy, get the debuff on. Gonna do some triangle sigils here. So we're going to do one Night Glint to get the defense down. Gonna do some more triangle sigil breaking. Do one more here with red. Alright, so we have max sigil breaking now. And there we go. Gonna do a boost Valley. Gonna do this, give Cloud a boost Valley, yeah. Napalm Assault. Now we get in some ATB here with Cloud. We gotta make sure he gets in enough so we can use Hellfire here. Spamming in the corner, waiting for Hellfire to appear. There we go. Making sure to use Hellfire during this phase is very important because you get way more damage if you do. So from here, I'm just gonna chill with Red 13. I'm gonna let them do what they want, but I want to make sure Red's ATB is full here. Icy Rampage. All right, so now we're gonna heal up. Remember, Lucia has to be above 50% HP or more. Let's use his ultimate, why not? So for Lucia here, I'm gonna sit on. I'm gonna go overspeed here. Spam Triangle Sigil. So she's going to fill up that Triangle Sigil damage boost, while Red 13 is using the Diamond Sigils. So now there we go. We're already at 200%. And we should be safe. I'm going to do one Night Glint here. One more Rolling Claw with Red. We should be fine. So now go overspeed with Cloud. And get in some damage. Get in some damage with Cloud. Get in some damage with Lucia. And yeah, I can do summons right now if I want to, but he's dead before that. So yeah, that is pretty much my stage 3. As you can see, that second sigil phase is a lot more safer if you have 2 diamond sigil breakers. The downside to this team though is you can break that diamond sigil too soon on the first phase by having 2 diamond sigil breakers. So well yeah, this is a lot safer for the second phase with this team because of 2, right? And then you can, yeah, as you can see, I just went over speed with Lucia and just spammed triangle sigils to fill up that gauge. So, yeah, if you fill that thing up at 200%, you're going to do some crazy damage during the interruption phase. So, very, very important. So, stage 3 there with Cloud, all good. Cloud is the main DPS, 100%, no problem. All right, so now I'm going to show you my stage 5 with Aerith. So, we're going to swap teams here. This is a completely different like setup and routine and whatnot, so might screw this up a couple times. We'll see. If you notice a cut, that means I screwed up. Alright, so stage 5. Pretty much the same battle. He's just going to be doing more damage, though. Fierce Claw again. Napalm Assault. Going to go Riot Blade, and then we're going to go Kamara. I'm going to sit on the ATB here till the diamond fills up. So bam, now we're gonna do this, do a triangle, go back to Aerith, use a triangle or maybe 2, then we're gonna use Jubilation, gonna use one more triangle, we're filled up, and now here we go. So we're gonna use Napalm Assault and Blazing Strikes back and forth. Just enough so we can get in Ifrit here. So we should be fine. Ifrit's there. Hellfire is going to do good damage here. Very, very nice. Do another Blazing Strike. Another Napalm Assault. Do a Kamara. Alright, make sure, pay attention to that magic defense buff. If it's about to fall off, don't be afraid to use Kamara again. See, it's about to fall off of me, but we're good. Alright, we survive. Quick AoE heal with Aerith. Now, Lucia has 50% more HP, so we're good with that. We're going to do Boost Valley on Cloud here. So, the difference between this fight is I do 2 Night Glints. So, 2 Night Glints specifically. I clear out Aerith's ATB with Diamond Sigils. Then we go Jubilation. Then we go back to Lucia. Overspeed, Diamond Sigils. A lot of Diamond Sigils. And there, we max out the diamond sigil, and now we can just do one more night glint to get out of here. All right, so Aerith, we got to do Riot Blade, and we got to do Spiritual Harmony. Got to go to Overspeed with Cloud. I totally forgot. So, lost a little bit of damage there with Cloud. Swap back and forth between these two. Not sure if that went through. I didn't think it went through, but that was, yeah, it gets a really hectic in that second phase there. Got to make sure all those buffs and debuffs are applied. Ooh, that Hellfire hits pretty hard, though. All right. I think that was a decent stage 5, though. But yeah, once you break it, man, it gets hectic there at the end. All right. So what I got? 54%. Like I said, I'm getting a pretty consistent 50% on stage 5 now, and that's kind of what I want, you know, be able to be a 2-shotter on stage 5 if I'm needed for that. So I think that's pretty solid. My stage 6, the battle is pretty much exactly the same. He does the same amount of damage. I think he just has way more HP. My stage 6 is like 15-16%. So yeah, as long as you're consistent with these 2 sigil phases and you're able to break them, that's where you get all your damage in during the interruption phase. So you got to get very good at breaking these sigils while also maxing out that triangle sigil boost with that 200%, 100% for the first phase. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this Guild War. If you have any questions, any comments, or any suggestions for me, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, that's going to do it for this Ever Crisis video. If you found this video entertaining or helpful, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. And now I'm going back to playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yo, this game is fire, dude. I freaking love this game. Expedition 33 was my game of the year, you know, up until this point, but Donkey Kong, it's a banger, dude. Love both games, but yeah, I'm going back to Donkey Kong. Good luck on Guild War, guys. I might do a live stream on Sunday, by the way, so check out, you know, look out for that. And yeah, peace.